Attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes.
It is a beautiful Monday evening here in Detroit. Crowd filing into the ballpark where it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Detroit Tigers in the first of three from Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Joe Girardi, I'm Michael Kay. So the Yankees start a 7-game road trip, 3 in Detroit, 4 in Boston. Pretty good pitching matchup in this one. So let's take a look. It's the Home Depot working on a win pitching matchup. The left-hander Framber Valdez is going to go for the Tigers. And for the Yankees, it's the veteran Garrett Cole. Last time out, he looked really good.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with his velocity. I've been impressed with his command, with just his ability to pitch. And it looks like he never lost anything, Michael. You're going to see him go up in the zone with this four-seamer. He gets the great carry, and here's the good changeup. Look at the sink on it. Perfect location. You're not catching up to this, and he was as high as 99 the other day against the White Sox. His command has been really good, and he looks like kind of like the guy in 2023.
Now, you look at his starts and you look at the four-seam fastball average. It's kind of been all over the place, and then it dipped to 95.9 last time out. That could be a reason why they gave him the extra day of rest. We'll see how he pitches tonight. Now, one of the guys that the veteran right-hander has to deal with is a kid, 21 years old. Is he even shaving yet? He's at the top of the order. Kevin McGonigal, one of the best players in the game.
Yeah, he only had about 800 minor league at-bats. He has a high WAR, and the reason is, Michael, he really knows how to hit. He'll hit the breaking ball the other way. He'll use the whole field from line to line. Velocity doesn't bother him. Left-handers doesn't bother him. He hits a lot of line drives, and if you throw one in and take a little bit off, Michael, he's going to jump ship on you. This kid has been incredible. The league has not figured him out, and I'm not sure they're going to.
Well, he's one of the best prospects in baseball. Now he's more than that. He made their opening day lineup. You see the numbers so far, and the 4.2 WAR, second for position players in the American League. Only Bobby Witt Jr. is better, so a great start to his big league career. So the lefty, Valdez, is on the mound for the Tigers. A little bit of a different lineup for the Yankees, especially at the top of the order. How did Aaron Boone come to get this lineup? Well, Meredith Marakovitz asked him that. We'll have the answer next on Yes.
Welcome back to Comerica Park for Yankees baseball on Yes, as the Tigers host the Yankees for the first of a 3-game series. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. The Yankees scored just 3 runs in their final 2 games at the stadium this past weekend. They had plenty of opportunities offensively, but just were not able to get the big hit when it mattered most. Earlier, I asked Aaron Boone how he gets this offense back on track.
Just getting hit with runners in scoring position. 0 for 22, I think, was brought up to me since late Friday night when we. So, you know, if you're not hitting the ball out of the ballpark, you gotta take advantage of opportunities, and that's plagued us the last 2 games. But I don't think the offense is much off what we've been doing. We just haven't got that hit to kind of break through. You take those opportunities. The last thing you want is 4 and 5 opportunities a game. You want those 10 opportunities. If we can do that, you know, we'll be right back on track.
With Framber Valdez on the mound, Aaron Boone going with his right-handed bats in that lineup. Ahmed Rosario is going to lead off tonight. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, we will have First Pitch, Michael Kay and Joe Girardi with the call of the game after the break.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. By Nissan, hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. Beautiful night here in Detroit as we start a 3-game set, Yankees and the Tigers. Tigers have been playing a lot better of late. They are 11-6 in June after getting off to a decent start in April. May was awful for them, so they're trying to get back into the pennant race, and if they could get back into a race for the wild card, there's a chance they don't trade a guy like Tarek Skubal, who's in the last year of his deal.
Yeah, and if they get back into the race, they have a really good rotation when you start thinking about Skubal, Valdez, Mize. I mean, this is a pretty good rotation, and they could do some damage.
And the three guys that Joe just named, those are the guys the Yankees are going to face. Mize tomorrow, and then Skubal on Wednesday. But Valdez gets the start today against Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole pushed back that one day. Everybody in the rotation was. And it never really hurts to give people extra days off.
No, I really like it just because Carlos Rodon is coming off an injury. You think about Cam Schlittler. He's never been to 200 innings, and he's on a pace to get there. And you start thinking about the starters. That extra day is going to help them along the way. And it's a long year. And if you can do that, do it when you can. Because they play 26 out of the next 27 days. And that's a lot.
Yankees just lost 2 out of 3 to the Reds at Yankee Stadium, while the Tigers, they were sweeping the Chicago White Sox, so they gained 3 games in the standings just over the weekend. So they're feeling a little bit better about things, and leading them out on the field is Framber Valdez, and the rest of the team will follow. All right, so Valdez looks to begin his warm-ups. We'll take a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Ahmed Rosario is going to lead off. Ben Rice at DH bats second. Paul Goldschmidt plays first and hits third. Cody Bellinger, well, lefties don't stop him. You see his numbers since the beginning of last year. That's the best batting average among left-handed batters, .329. Anthony Volpe, the shortstop, bats fifth. Batting sixth, playing second base, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Jason Dominguez in right field hits seventh. Hitting eighth and playing left field, Jose Caballero. And Ali Sanchez, the catcher, is going to bat ninth.
Well, you see the numbers on Framber Valdez. That ERA is a little bit high, but I would expect it to come down. He has struggled at home so far this year. Could be the weather, the coldness that he's not used to. But let's check out the Nissan pitcher's scouting report. He's grounded again. In the first 12 starts, and this is a guy that gets a ton of ground balls. He had 102 ground ball outs and 109 fly ball outs. That's not him. Well, his last 3 starts, 32 ground balls to 17 and an ERA of 2.81. Extra day, he seems to like it. 6 starts on regular rest and 8.26. 6 starts on an extra day, 2.21. Yankee clip in 7 starts, including the playoffs. He has a 5.80 versus the Yankees, and he's given up 1.5 homers per 9. He's a ground ball pitcher. He's not used to doing that.
Also, over the last 5 seasons, leads the majors with 60 wins and leads the American League in innings and homers per 9 innings. Take a look at the Tiger defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. And we'll take a closer look at Dylan Dingler behind the plate. He's our Car Shield defensive player profile. He's really good behind the plate and also at the plate, hitting very well. +7 framing runs this season, and that leads Major League Baseball. He's about league average in throwing out base stealers, 9 for 40 in that. Jim Wolf is the home plate umpire. Now we'll take a look at the umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's considered neutral, smiling though. 48 pitches have been challenged and 29 have been overturned. He calls fewer high strikes, more low strikes. Been around a while. This is his 28th Major League season, and he's one of the more jacked umpires in the game.
Yeah, he has that tight shirt on, doesn't he?
Yes,
Show
he
off those
does.
pipes, but he's always been like that. Always been a guy that was always at the gym. His brother played, pitched in the big leagues for the Phillies. Was never allowed to do any of those games, though.
Yankees 46-30 coming to this game. The Tigers are 33-44. Rosario digs in. He's ready. Valdez wearing the City Connect uniforms that the Tigers are sporting today. He's ready. And let's do it here in Detroit. First pitch swung on and driven out to right center field. On the run is Outman, and he puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah, good swing. He got a fastball up there, Michael, but this ballpark is big. The outfield is the 4th largest in all of baseball, and that's after moving the fences in a lot.
So here's Ben Rice, 4 home runs in his last 7 games, and his 22 home runs for the season. That's 4th in the majors. They play in the pull in the infield. The shortstop McKinstry almost behind second, and the rookie McGonigal playing where the shortstop would play. In the outfield, pretty straight away. And a strike.
You think he's ever tempted to put a bunt down? And if he tried, do you think Aaron Judge or Aaron Boone would say, "What are you doing?"
You know, Aaron Judge might too.
Yeah, yeah.
Valdez deals. Grounded foul.
He has struggled so far at home. He has a 4.94 ERA opposed to the road 3.59. And I wonder if it has to do with the weather in Detroit, how it's cold, and that sinker and changeup and curveball. They're feeling pitches. It's hard when it's freezing. He's used to pitching in Houston indoors.
Well, he was a free agent last year, and you thought that he'd get a lot of interest, but he was unsigned into February, then signed a 3-year, $115 million deal with Detroit. 1-2. Strike three. Rice down looking.
Yeah, this looks like it's just a sinker the way that starts off the plate and comes back a little bit, and it kind of froze Ben Rice. And I think he knew it. He didn't even think about going to his head for a challenge. But, Michael, you talk about the 3-year deal that he signed. You got to also remember, he's 32. He got started late. You know, he signed when he was 21 years old. I think the Astros gave him $10,000.
Chop foul by Goldschmidt. So Zach Gallen 1 win away since 2022 to lead the majors in victories.
The other thing he does is he takes the ball every turn. He does not miss turns. He has been healthy, healthy, healthy.
One and one. Up the middle and through for a base hit. Goldschmidt hits so well against lefties, and he picks up a 2-out single. Well, let's take a look at Fran Valdez's arsenal on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Yeah, he's got the four-seamer. He has got the sinker. He has got the curveball, the changeup. Doesn't use the slider and the four-seamer very often. So he's really a three-pitch guy. His sinker has pretty good velocity. But one thing is his changeup is not a lot off his fastball. You see a lot of weak contact, but not so much whip, because I think the speeds are too close together.
Pitch to Bellinger's outside. And the 1-0.
You know, a stat that truly impresses me about hitters is, yeah, OPS is great, homers are great, but when you walk more than you strike out, like Belly does, 44 walks, 42 Ks, I mean, that's some serious bat-to-ball skills.
A lot of players don't.
No.
2-0. Chop foul. As you can see, there's a lot of foul territory here in Comerica Park, so that plays in the favor of the pitchers. Hitters probably don't love it. A little bit of an early starting time. The reason the Tigers are doing it is that there's a big Ford fireworks display, and they didn't want to run into that, so they started a half hour earlier.
I think it's supposed to start at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It doesn't get dark in here until 9:15, though.
And there's one of those walks you're talking about, Joe, as Bellinger works a walk. First and second, 2 outs, and that brings up Volpe.
Kind of guy you want up right now. He's been killing lefties. He's been hot for the last week or so.
Last 9 games, Volpe 11 for 26. That's 423. Swings at the first pitch and chops it to McKinstry. And he gets the force, and that'll do it. Yankees strand 2, and the Tigers coming to bat.
First year from account opening.
Yankees threaten in the top of the inning, but Anthony Volpe grounds out to short to end it. Now it's the Tigers' turn. Garrett Cole's warming up. We'll take a look at the Tigers' starting lineup. 21-year-old third baseman Kevin McGonigal leads off. Dylan Dingler will catch. Kerry Carpenter is in right field hitting third. You see what he does against right-handed pitching. Then it's Green, Torkelson, and Keith. And the bottom third of the order is Outman, Lee, and McKinstry.
You see the numbers on Garrett Cole. The walk rate is really good. The strikeout rate is good. The opponent's batting average is good. And let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report on Garrett. For who, Michael? For who?
Who?
They say a lot of times the last thing to come for a pitcher from had Tommy John as command. Not for Garrett Cole. He's been really sharp. Kind of in his Cy Young form. In 23, he had a 2.63 ERA. He has a 2.57. His fastball in 23 averaged 96.7. This year, 96.6. And he's been taming the Tigers. In the live ball era since 1920, he has the lowest ERA, a minimum of 10 starts, 1.84 against the Tigers.
And a 10-1 record. Here's McGonigal. Swings at the first pitch and lofts it to left field. And that's going to be out of play. Check out the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Caballeros in left, Bellinger in center, Dominguez over in right, infield Rosario, Volpe, Chisholm and Goldschmidt, third to first, Sanchez behind the plate. One and one. Tigers pitching's not too bad. Their offense has left something to be desired.
Well, their offense, right, has left something to be desired in the month of May. They only averaged 2.89 runs per game and were the last place with only 18 home runs in 26 games. And that's why they had 28 games. That's why they were 6-22. Well, in the month of June, they're 11-6. They've hit 35 home runs, which is second in baseball, and are averaging 5.35 runs per game.
And overall, because of that month of May, they're at 4.08, which is 25th in baseball. 2-2 to McGonigal.
And the guy you highlighted, Kerry Carpenter, didn't play a lot in May. Gleyber Torres didn't play in May. Javi Baez has been out for about a month and a half and missing some important hitters.
11-6 this month, trying to get back in it.
I don't count the Athletics
How
in
come?
that ballpark. I think I could hit 10 home runs in that ballpark.
The 2-2. Up the middle, and that goes off of Cole and then under the glove of Anthony Volpe. A base hit for McGonigal. Now let's see if Cole's okay.
I mean, once it hits Garrett Cole's foot, it changes the trajectory, and Anthony Volpe has to go the other way. It's got some weird spin on it. He kind of trips a little bit. And this is what this kid does. I mean, velocity does not bother him. Up in the zone does not bother him. And he's really good at commanding the zone. And you see Volpe gets over the top of the ground ball and is not able to come up with it.
Dylan Dingler takes upstairs. Must have hit Cole on the bottom of the spikes because nobody from the dugout came out. He didn't seem to be in any discomfort at all. McGonigal, 9 stolen bases. Pitch upstairs.
And these are two kids, Dingler and McGonigal, are a reason they're winning in the month of June. I mean, he's been on fire. 17 games, 386 with 7 home runs, 21 RBIs. He can hit a fastball too. And if you go in, you have to go up and in. If you throw it down and in, he's going to waffle it.
Dingler, 27 years old, won the Gold Glove last year. Fly ball right field. Dominguez puts it away. 1 down.
That's probably the easiest fly ball that Dominguez has had in right field. Those games over the weekend, they were hitting him some tricky fly balls.
He's had some challenges. He told Eric Bolin of Newsday that he finds right field much easier than left field. Still finding his way out there. It's tough.
See, and I wonder part of that has to do with how small Yankee Stadium is, where you don't have to go back a whole lot.
Now, Meredith, you spoke to Rojas about Dominguez in the outfield, right?
And Michael, he has been working with Jason Dominguez a lot. They're trying to get him as many reps pregame as they can without wearing him out for the game. And they're very much aware it is a work in progress when it comes to Jason Dominguez. He said this weekend, for example, there were 2 balls, one 60% catch probability, another 70% that Dominguez makes the play. Then there are 2 others that are 90% and he takes a weird route and is unable to. He said it's all about getting more reps and getting a better read of the spin off of the bat. As you noted, Dominguez has said he feels much more comfortable in right field, and the Yankees believe he has the athleticism to have consistency out there. But for now, it's just going to be a matter of continuing to work out there in that outfield.
Boone tried to explain it this way. He came up as a center fielder, then they transitioned him to left. So transitioning from one position to the other is not all that new to him anymore. So he probably feels a little bit more trying right field than he did originally in left.
Yeah, and I start thinking about, like, when you're in center fielder and a right-handed hitter hits the ball to your left, it's going to have slice. That's the same thing it's going to do in right field. If a guy pulls a right-handed hitter in left field, it's going to hook usually. So it's just kind of different, I think.
You know, you're really working with very small margins now with all the people that are injured with the Yankees. You know, if Caballero not a normal left fielder, he's done a decent job out there. Dominguez learning to play right. And, you know, you're playing your depth now.
Max Schumann has been out there. They only have 2 outfielders on the roster, the big league roster right now.
One-two. Spencer Jones in center has taken some circuitous routes to some fly balls as well. So that's why we're saying they're working within the margins, and you want to just give the other team 27 outs. And with Valdez on the mound, the left-handed hitting Spencer Jones not going to be playing. Fly ball, left center. And Caballero makes the play. No runs hit, 1 man left. We go to the 7th. Josh Chisholm will lead off the 2nd inning. Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Jazz hitting 1 or more home runs, that's plus 700.
He's got 5 so far this month. Today'd be a good day for one.
11 on the season. Yankees scored just 3 runs in the last 2 games. Kind of a wave there by Jazz. And also they didn't hit when they had runners in scoring position. Dating back to Friday, 0 for their last 24. And yesterday they had just 1 extra base hit, the home run by Rice.
They did have 6 stolen bases though. It's got to be a little tough on the hitters right now with that shadow. You see the pitcher is in sunlight and the batter's box is in the shadow, and it's tough when it's like that because you lose the ball a little bit.
The 1-1. Chopped to first, fielded there by Torkelson. He flips, and they get Jazz Chisholm for out number 1.
Never been a fan of base runner sliding head first because he could step on your hand. We're going to lose you for a little bit because there's nothing to necessarily protect the top of your hand when you're hitting. And Framber's not always great at getting over there. He got a good read on that breaking ball and got over, and Jazz almost beat it, but God, it makes me worry. And you hurt your shoulders. I used to yell at Bernie Williams, what are you doing?
I don't get it. The only reason that it would make, or any sense it would make to dive, is if there's a tag involved. But you're going to be faster standing up than sliding.
And I think sometimes they're worried about running into the pitcher, but look, you have the advantage. He's got his back turned to you.
McGonigal fields, hustling down the line, Dominguez, and they just get him for out number 2. Joe, I know it should be celebrated. I understand that. I love the way he runs hard to first base every single time.
I know. I heard you talking about it. You love to see it because he's doing everything he can to get on base. And young kids, I got to tell you, young kids don't get tired. And he is young and he's energetic and he brings it to the field every day. So does Cabby.
1-0 on Caballero. He has good numbers against Valdez. 6 for 13, 462. 2-0.
That's impressive. And two of the guys that they're missing that would be in, Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge, actually hit over 300 on Valdez. So they're definitely missing those two today. Caballero's had a ton of success.
Valdez knows it, being very careful. 3-0. Four in a row out of the zone. So Caballero walks. Now he has 16 stolen bases. But one thing we should note, he has 16 stolen bases, but he's been caught 7 times. So that's not a great percentage.
Well, some of them are sliding so hard into second base he comes off the bag, and that's the part about when you slide late that you have to worry. Can you hold on to the bag? So then you put the oven mitt on and you don't have a good grip, and it's what happened yesterday. He slid off the bag.
Sanchez fouls it back. Something to keep an eye on in this game. Anything back past the catcher, it's a brick wall, so if it doesn't hit one of the rotating signboards, it's going to come right back to home plate.
Yeah, I thought you meant when you said something to watch. Ali Sanchez, his wife, is going to deliver any day now.
Yeah.
So if all of a sudden he leaves, we know what happened.
And J.C. Escara is on the taxi squad, so he's ready to move right back onto the roster.
Base runners are 12 for 12 off of Framber Valdez, and last year they were 25 for 28. He does not hold runners well, especially when they get to second base. And you talked about Dingler throwing out 9 of 40. It's not because of arm strength. His arm strength is incredible. It's his transfer that's somewhat slow.
Caballero was going, foul ball.
He had that back, but you can't ask Ali to take it with 1 strike already. Yeah, he would have had that bag easy.
1-2 count on the number 9 hitter, Ali Sanchez. Runner goes again. Pitches high, not nearly in time. So that is the 17th stolen base for Caballero.
And he almost came off the bag there. He gets a really good jump. Doesn't peek. He does peek in this time. And he almost comes off the bag. The oven mitt, I wish at the end it, you know, I know it's to protect your fingers and it's hard, but you could bend it a little bit. So you could grab the bag, but you can't.
You know, Paul O'Neill was talking about this yesterday. He doesn't understand why they go in head first at second. He said because you are going to overslide the bag. You go in feet first, you're not going to.
Well, they slide so late, and it's an aggressive, and I think that's why you see all second baseman and shortstop take the throw in front, because the helmet hits you in the knee, and you can have a chance of hurting your knee.
Yankees with a runner in scoring position.
But Paul O'Neill's talking about sliding feet first. He couldn't slide feet first either. He was terrible. He should have slid head first.
How about that slide in the last game of
Cleveland?
1997 series against Cleveland?
Are you going to call it a slide?
It was a flop, but he said that if they had won, he might not have been able to play, that he hurt himself on that slide.
Yeah. Sliding head first.
Hit sharply and through for a base hit. Caballero rounds third. He'll score easily. Sanchez is going for 2. The throw is not in time. It's an RBI double for Sanchez, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Well, he started the season off 0 for 7, and now he is 6 for his last 11 with 3 RBIs and has done a good job against left-handers. He gets a changeup up in the zone that cuts a little bit, hits it past McGonigal. Riley Green does a good job of getting it in. It's an accurate throw, but it's just a good slide, a good hard slide by Sanchez. Feet first, and he beats the tag.
So the Yankees break that string of 0 for 25 with runners in scoring position. And here's Rosario at the top of the order, takes outside. So it started with the walk to Caballero with 2 outs. He stole second and then scores on the double by Sanchez. Sanchez now 6 for his last 11. One and one. One and two.
It's interesting. Pitches 1 through 50. Framber Valdez has not been good, but 51 on, he has been exceptional. And I wonder if it's he's too strong sometimes. And his sinker doesn't have the sink. His changeup doesn't have the sink that it has later on in the game.
Ground ball, McGonigal. And they get Rosario for the final out. But the Yankees get a run. Go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Yankees.
Welcome back as the Yankees lead the Tigers 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. The Yankees are going to face some tough pitching throughout the course of this series. Valdez tonight, Casey Mize tomorrow, and then Tarek Skubal rounding out the series. One guy they are not going to face is 3-time Cy Young Award winner Justin Verlander. He remains on the IL. He was close to a return about a week ago, but in his final bullpen session, he tweaked his hamstring. Although he'll be watching from the dugout, you better believe he is paying attention tonight. The guy on the mound for the Yankees right now, Garrett Cole, remains very good friends with Justin Verlander. Verlander told me in the Tigers clubhouse earlier today that he and Cole spoke a lot throughout his Tommy John rehab process, kind of comparing notes. And although oftentimes it was checking in on family, there was a lot of talk about how it was going, how he was feeling. And Verlander put it like this, guys. Pitchers know that there's about an 89% chance that they return as the same pitcher they were prior to the injury. And that's not just a guy that's making it back to the majors. That's a guy that is going to return to his Cy Young form. And Verlander said he has been paying attention to each and every one of Garrett Cole's starts, and he knew, no doubt in his mind, that Cole would not only make it back in a timely fashion, but he would have some success when he returned. Now, still getting acclimated on the mound from what we've seen so far from Cole, very encouraging, but Verlander said he always thought that Cole would be back out there and find his way. Verlander, for his part, guys, 43 years old, he said he is going to throw until the wheels come off, confident he's going to make it back this year.
Well, thank you, Meredith. And the sad part, he was supposed to start yesterday, and then he had that injury. And he did say that he's going to go until the wheels fall off. And he's wondering if the wheels have fallen off because he's made one start for them.
Is he referring to his legs? Because his injuries have been in his legs this year. The hip,
I think,
correct, and now the
yeah,
hammy.
But I think he just means physically that he's not able to do it anymore. So he and Max Scherzer both have been, just on the shelf most of the season. And
I had the unfortunate situation of
that one is ripped into left center field, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. Playing it off the wall, the Yankees will get it in, and It is a leadoff double for Torkelson.
Yeah, the unfortunate situation of playing those two in the playoffs. They had both those guys. They had Pfister. Here's a fastball. He makes a mistake. He got ahead of him 1-2 with sliders away, and he throws it right down the middle, thigh high, and he hits the double in the gap. Spencer Torkelson has always had a lot of power. There's a lot of swing and miss, but if you make mistakes, he can hurt you.
So here is Colt Keith.
This is another young Tiger that has not played a lot in the minor leagues because of some labrum issues, his throwing arm, and was very successful as a hitter in the minor leagues and has held his own up here.
End of April, Joe, he's hitting .326, but since that point he's hitting .205.
Catcher's challenging the ball call.
There on the ball call, and ABS presented by T-Mobile. The challenge successful.
Goal is overturned. New York has 2 challenges remaining.
So it goes from 2-0 to 1-1. Two and one. One of the Tigers who signed as a youngster to a long-term deal. So he's in the 3rd season of a 6-year, $28.6425 million deal. That also has 3 team options.
That's a little different than McGonigal's, though.
Yeah.
8 at 150.
And so far, looks like he might be underpaid.
Yeah, if you're going to be 3rd in all of baseball position WAR at 4.2, yeah, that's underpaid. Really good four-seamer there by Garrett Cole to get the strikeout. This team does strike out a lot. I mean, they hit some home runs, but they strike out a lot. 9th most in all of baseball.
So here's Outman, and it's really an unfortunate last name when you're hitting 169. They picked him up off waivers from the Twins on June 11. And over the last 3 seasons, Joe, he's hit 147.
Yeah, he really struggled in Minnesota. 2023 was 3rd Rookie of the Year voting in the National League with the Dodgers, and it just never really panned out for him. He's been a little bit better with the Tigers.
No one was covering there, and Cole's looking into the dugout. Somebody called that, and Anthony Volpe was not covering second base.
Yeah, and he ends up throwing a changeup. Really good job not to throw it into the outfield. But the thing that you have to remember is you don't have to throw it. If nobody's there, you don't have to throw it to second.
Well, someone missed a sign.
And interesting, Torkelson is not a base runner. He has 1 attempt, and he's been thrown out. So something got mixed up there.
Fouled away.
Had a couple big hits on Saturday, a couple RBIs, 2 for 2. And the one thing that A.J. Hinch will do is he will pitch hit very quickly to get the advantage pretty early in a game. Outman is one of those guys. Vierling is one of those guys. He'll pinch Jomani Jones early in games.
Two count on Outman. Runner at second, 1 man out. Yankees lead 1-0. And Alex Sanchez double scoring Caballero in the second. Fouled away.
I think one of the hardest things for a catcher when you haven't caught a pitcher a whole lot is getting on the same page. And, you know, it seems like they've had a couple step-offs. They had a mix-up on the throw to second base, the pick-off. And as a catcher, you start to, you know, feel guilty about it.
Fly ball down the right field line. Giving chase is Dominguez, but it's in the seats, foul.
And I would feel like it was my fault, Michael, that I couldn't get on the same page. And, you know, you're Ali Sanchez and you're catching Garrett Cole, Cy Young Award winner. It's nerve-wracking.
And he's also a perfectionist. Strike 3. Outman down looking.
It's a pretty good knuckle curveball right here, Michael. He starts it up in the zone. I think Outman thinks it's a fastball, four-seamer above. Kind of drop in right there, Michael, for strike 3. Looking.
Here is Hao-Yu Lee, 23 years old, from Taiwan. Major League debut April 17th. And there's a strike, 99 miles an hour.
Michael, he was a young Philly when I managed there. He was like 17, 18 years old, and they were really excited about him, his power. I think he's going to have to cut his swing down a little bit, but there's power there, Michael. It's a big hack.
He was traded to Detroit at the 2023 deadline from the Phillies for Michael Lorenzen.
Sanchez got a little dirt in his eye on that foul ball. Dirt comes up, gets him in the eye.
One and two on Lee. Swing and a miss, got him. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Garrett Cole. So they work around the leadoff double, and that strikeout on Lee, 99-mile-an-hour fastball. It's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of Annette, whose fit is always right when she comes to Yankee Stadium to cheer on her Yankees. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Well, Cole was dealing in that half of the inning. Hit 99 a couple times, including on the last pitch. Now talking things over with Ali Sanchez. Rice leads off the third. And a strike.
That's what you don't want to do. That sinker inside running in on you, hit it off your foot. You're better off swinging it the one away. You see this ball run in. And Ben Rice can hit a fastball. We've seen that. We saw the one he got on top of yesterday for the home run. Michael, I don't understand. All these guys wear the pad and they never hit the pad. I don't get it. Why don't you just put a catcher's shin guard on?
Why not? Sooner or later, right? A little Kevlar.
It's not like Ben's stealing a lot of bases.
Hey, Joe, speaking of catcher's shin guards, I know you had a long conversation with J.C. Escarra earlier today.
I did. I watched him put his shin guards on. You're always taught to put the straps where they connect on the outside.
Right.
Well, one of them was connected on the inside. I said, J.C., what are you doing there? And he was sent, I believe, 2 left shin guards, so he couldn't put them both on the outside. I guess you can't turn it upside down. So I said, okay, I feel better now.
1 and 2. At least there was. I know you need a reason. They gave you a reason.
I have to have a reason for everything, Michael. It's my personality.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Oh, for sure. I check out what people say, and we got to make sure that it's true. I used to bug Harkey because he used to call me Mr. Google. Because everything he said, I Googled.
So before Google, what'd you go to the encyclopedia lot?
Well, I don't think I was worried about Googling everything then, but when Hark talked, I was worried.
The 2-2. Grounded foul.
Michael, that's why he had all those binders. Come on.
Yeah.
It had all the information.
All the information. You print it out from Google, put it in the binder.
I got to tell you, Joe, I think it's unfair. Binder Joe. I mean, they have the same information in the dugout now. It's just in an iPad. You didn't have an iPad.
Yeah, they don't
then.
call him iPad Aaron. iPad AJ.
Right. It's not right.
I'm sorry, Joe.
So was I ahead of my time because I was diving deep into numbers?
I would say a trendsetter.
Yeah, you were a trendsetter.
Oh, there's the iPad. There they are. iPad Matt Blake. This is a really good at bat because he's throwing him some really good pitches, some good breaking balls, a sinker away, a sinker in. He's fought to get back to 3-2.
Swing and a miss. Got him on the curve. And that'll bring up Paul Goldschmidt. Play FanDuel's Daily Dinger for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Rosario's at plus 1,200. The guy at the plate is plus 700. He singled in the first inning. Backdoor breaking ball drops him for a strike, 0-1.
Yeah, he's had a really good curveball. We saw him get Ben Rice 3-2 and had a feel for it. So why not start off Goldie with it?
He's been on fire against left-handed pitching this year. 386. And that was before the single in the first. And before that single. So he is 2 for 2 against Valdez.
And he was a guy that hadn't had much success off of Valdez. 1 for 7 coming into the game. Not the case today. Hitting the ball up the middle.
And that one is looped toward the shortstop. Played on the backhand. There's one. And they'll get no double play.
Yeah, pretty good play by McKinstry. He thought he might have a chance at a double play. I'm not sure if he catches it, if he charges it really hard. But a really good job by Lee of holding up, understanding wasn't hit hard enough and you're not going to get Bellinger. If you're going to have a runner on first, you'd rather have Bellinger because he's going to score easier on a double or could steal second base.
Anthony Volpe takes a strike. Anthony was pretty angry. He got picked off at first base yesterday and said it wasn't right because the first baseman put his foot in front of the bag, which is not supposed to happen. And Boone said he had a good point. He said, but they're never going to call that. He said they just don't.
And you can't appeal it, and I don't understand why. Because the play is dead. There's nothing else that can happen. Why can't you? That should be a play that should be appealable. I thought he had a great point.
And the first base umpire said the reason he allowed him to do it because that was a natural movement to catch the ball. Line drive to right field. It's a base hit for Volpe. Moving to second is Bellinger.
Michael, every throw is at that angle. So you could say that about every throw if it's correct. Really good job. Volpe, he rolled over on it the last at bat. And Paul talked a lot about this, just hitting your line drives and doing damage because he steals bases. He's another pest on the bases. You think about the Yankees, #1 in the AL in stolen bases, #2 overall. But every throw is that way, Michael. So why wouldn't you just block it every time?
And Boone went on to say that earlier in that game, Ben Rice did not block first base, and that's why the runner was able to get back. He said, so we did it the legal way. He said, and then we got burned. He said, and I didn't talk to Major League Baseball. He said, I know the rule. He said, and it's not going to be called all that often. I get it. One and one now on Chisholm. And if you watch yesterday's game, you usually don't see Volpe get that hot on the field.
You're going to see
He
him
was really angry.
Okay, he steps. He didn't need to step to catch that baseball. So I disagree. It's hard for Brian to see that because he's trying to get into position to make the call. Brian O'Nora, the first base ump. But why can't you appeal it?
Now, he initially called him safe. It was overturned on a challenge.
Well, he couldn't go directly into the base because of the foot.
And Anthony also said that rule is in place so that you don't get hurt.
Correct.
He said because if you're blocked, you can jam your shoulder, and he's already had shoulder surgery. So 1 and 2 on Chisholm. Yankees have runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the third. Swing and a miss. Way out of the strike zone. And Chisholm reaches. Yankees strand 2. We go to the bottom of the third. America Park. And it's time to take a look at the leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. So with that last strikeout, with the 3 strikeouts in the previous inning, he now has 942. Passing Dave Righetti. And next up is Ollie Reynolds.
He's going to pass a few more guys this year, too.
So here is Zach McKinstry.
Zach, you always have to guard against the bunt. He is one of those players that has to do a lot of little things to stay up at this level. Had a really good year last year. It's been a struggle so far this year. Really good defender. Can play second or short.
Line drive. It is a base hit to left center field. And it's going to get past Caballero and roll all the way to the wall. McKinstry round second. He's going for 3. He'll make it with a triple.
Four-seamer up in the zone, and you split the gap in this ballpark. It is a ballpark made for triples. Near the top of the league for the most triples because of the spacious outfield, and he can really run, and this is a pretty easy triple for Zach McKinstry. See the Yankees, it looks like they're going to leave most of the infield back. McGonigal very tough to strike out.
One and 0. The only one that's in is Rosario, who's about even with the bag at third.
He only strikes out about 12.9% of the time. That's 6th in Major League Baseball.
1 and 1. Two and 1 on McGonigal, who grounded sharply up the middle, clipped the spikes of Cole and then under the glove of Anthony Volpe, who was stumbling toward the ball, so he got himself a single. That'll get a run in. And it's a tie game. And an RBI from McGonigal. Let's take a look at the Mohegan Sun team scatter report. The AL Central standings. The Guardians, without Ramirez for a while with the hamate bone injury, they're in first. The White Sox just got swept by the Tigers. Second, Twins right there, and the Tigers 7.5 out.
The interesting thing about the standings, though, Michael, is when you look at run differential, the Tigers are only -5. And everyone is negative in the league. The leader's -4, which is I think the White Sox. So they are right there. They just had such a bad month of May because they did not hit. They didn't hit for any power, and they lost a number of pitchers. You lose Skubal, Verlander's out. You end up losing Mize for a while. It's hard to replace that. I think they have enough time to get back in it. I do. And then comes the really tough decision for the Detroit Tigers. What do we do with Skubal? You see the great location there with the four-seamer. Dingler's a really good fastball hitter, but not when you put it there.
Well, under the present rules, and we don't know if those are going to be the rules next year, under the present rules, if he leaves as a free agent, you get a compensation draft pick. But if you trade him, you know what you're getting from the other team. So it's a tough call. But I think that if they have a chance to make the playoffs, you keep him.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, this town really, to me, supports baseball. This is not a big town. This is a smaller market. They really support their Tigers.
Grounded up the middle. Volpe fields, but not in time with the throw to first. As Carpenter beats it out.
Yeah, once this gets past Jazz Chisholm, I don't think you have much of a chance. And Jazz had to go a long ways. You could see he was leaning towards going to his left because it was a breaking ball. And he hit it to his right. It's the anticipation, what the pitch is. It's a slider that's inside. It's going to go to my left if I'm Jazz Chisholm. It ends up going to his right, and he was not able to quite get there.
Here's Riley Green. And a strike.
The interesting thing about the makeup of this Tiger team, though, to me, is they don't run. And you would think with a spacious outfield, they would have a lot of guys that could fly. They don't. Only 27 stolen bases so far. The Yankees came in today with 80.
Yep.
They're 28th in all of baseball. Below average speed in their outfield. But they win at home. They've really struggled on the road.
Two and one. This will be the 55th pitch by Cole. 3 and 1. You don't like to average 20 pitches an inning, so you're not going to be there usually in the 6th or the 7th.
No, and coming into the game, Michael, he was only averaging 14.5 per inning. So he has been a little bit off today.
And you wonder if that's a product of the extra day. He's throwing harder, but maybe at the expense of location. So a walk to Green.
It could be, but I still think the important thing is the extra day off for the staff. Because it's such a long year, and fatigue leads to injury. Fatigue leads to not being able to locate as well. It's not just extra days rest that sometimes leads to it. Fatigue can be a real problem. And here's the difference to me, Michael. Fatigue leads to balls over the plate. Extra rest leads to balls off the plate.
And you'd rather that?
Yes.
Pitch to Torkelson outside. Well, Torkelson not quite having the year that he had last year with 31 home runs and 789 OPS. He did have a double in the second. But hitting .211. That one is lined into center field, coming on Bellinger. He's never played on a couple of hops. Carpenter scores. Going to third is Green. It's an RBI single for Torkelson. And the Tigers lead 2-1.
Another fastball that it's a sinker in. He does a good job of jamming him, but because it's up, he's able to get it in the air. If it's down, it's probably on the ground. But when you look at Torkelson, he's a pretty good low ball hitter. So it's kind of a, to me, throwing breaking balls and staying away from him. In is just for show to get him out away.
Well, Matt Blake wants to talk things over with Cole. Cole infield joins in. So Blake has his say, so now it's going to be first and third. 2 outs for Colt Keith. Keith struck out in the second. A strike.
Yeah, he's had a problem with that ball away. See the average on the 4-seamer in his starts. It's up a little bit tonight since his last start. You see he had 6 days, pitched on his 6th day against the Guardians on the June 9th. There was a jump. That extra day helped it.
Line drive, it is a base hit to right center. Green scores. Torkelson moves to second. Colt Keith with an RBI single, and the Tigers lead 3-1.
Yeah, we talked about how good his location has been, but with 2 strikes, he's made some mistakes with his fastball. It looked like he tried to throw a 2-seamer that started in off the plate. Well, it never started in, so Keith was aggressive on it and was able to get to it. If it starts in off the plate, I think it freezes him. But because he didn't start it in, he was able to get to it.
So a rough inning for Garrett Cole. 4 hits, and allowed 3 runs. And here's Outman. 1-0. Outman struck out looking in the second inning. So this is
the ball call.
going to be challenged there by Sanchez, the ball call.
Ball confirmed. New York has 1 challenge.
Sometimes it looks like the catchers are a little slow to challenge. Well, I think Jim Wolf's call is a little slow. It's not one of those immediate, and that's not a big deal. It's why it takes it about an extra second or 2 for the catcher to challenge.
1-1. I was always told that if a guy's slow showing you the strike, that they tell the catcher right away, but I guess Jim Wolf doesn't.
It doesn't seem like he's doing that. It's just a little methodical, making sure that he gets it right.
1-2, 98 miles an hour. So nothing wrong with his velocity. But he's at 64 pitches. Foul ball.
I like what Sanchez did there. He got off the plate more. Got ahead 2 strikes and got off the plate more. So if you miss any bit away, it's going to be a ball. He was trying to split the outside corner with his glove, and he put it right there. There, get out there.
Swing and a miss. And that'll do it in the 3rd. But the Tigers score 3 runs. They lead 2. We go to the 4th. It's 3-1 Detroit. The ultimate goal of an MLB fan? Well, seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. Go to MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps. That's pretty cool.
All 30 in 1 year?
I guess. Now take out Yankee Stadium so we don't cause problems. Favorite ballpark?
Wrigley Field.
Wrigley?
Yeah.
The 0-1.
And two parks that I really enjoyed the view, Pittsburgh and San Francisco.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Aesthetically gorgeous.
And one of the most beautiful ballparks I ever did a game was Staten Island.
Great background, the New York skyline, yeah.
Statue of Liberty, it was beautiful.
Guys, let's not forget Seattle. That's another beautiful ballpark.
Yeah.
I love hearing the trains go by.
San Diego.
Yes.
You know one thing I don't like about Wrigley? It's not great to work there.
No.
I mean, you're up in the clouds.
I did most of my work on the field.
Yes.
A lot of stairs for the visitor dugout.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
3-2 on Dominguez. So Valdez now has a lead, 3-1. Slowed down by Valdez. Lee to first, and they get Dominguez. Garrett Cole with a rough bottom of the third. Between innings. Talking it over, going over what went wrong.
I love that he takes so much pride in his craft. He probably believes he should never give up a hit, and that's what makes him great. You know, I talked about Valdez pitches 1 through 50. Well, 1 through 25 hitters hit 310. 26 through 50, 284. 51.
Grounded the short. They get Caballero.
Through 75, they only hit 180, and 76 to 100, 200. So he gets much better as the game goes on.
So explain that, because it's counter to everything that we know.
A lot of times sinker ball pitchers want to be tired so they get more sink on their pitchers. If you remember Jamie Moore, long-time starter for like 50 years, he would run the day he pitched because he wanted to be tired, so he'd get that sink.
1-0. Sanchez drove in the Yankee run with a double to left, scoring Caballero from second. That came in the second. Backdoor breaking ball for a strike, 1-1.
And the other thing that's a really good sign for Valdez tonight is there's only one bin, one fly ball out, and that was the first hitter of the game, Rosario. He's had his share of Ks, but there's been a ton of ground balls, especially as the game has went on.
Grounded foul. Two and two. The RBI in the second, the third for Sanchez since being called up. And the count is full at 3-2. In the month of June, the Tigers pitchers have a 3.12 ERA, best in the American League. Second, the Yankees, and they're at 3.82. So the Tigers really have been pitching great lately. And Sanchez swings and misses, so Valdez works a 1-2-3 fourth inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Time for tonight's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Trent Grisham performing light on-field agility exercises. He's on the 10-day IL since June 13th with a right hamstring strain. There's a chance that he could show up in Boston, continue to receive treatment there. Yankees get there on Thursday. And Stanton might show up in Boston as well.
And Michael, another note on the injury report. Max Fried expected to face hitters next week, so another big step for him in the rehab process.
Here's Lee to start off against Cole. Swing and a miss.
Michael, he's got some evil intentions with that bat. I was telling, he's got some big swings, and I think he's going to have to cut it down a little bit.
And now on his line to right field, it's a base hit in front of Dominguez.
High breaking ball, high slider, second time through. Done a lot more damage than the first time through. Does a good job of staying on plane and not hitting that ball in the air. A high pitch, it's not always so easy to do.
So 7 hits and 3+ innings against Cole. Something's going on at second base.
Did a sprinkler head maybe pop up? That's my guess.
Alan Porter, the crew chief, going to talk to the umps. I think the Tigers have a dirt cam, which is obviously because of the title, in the dirt, and it's probably poking up a bit. So the players are trying to even it out. That could be dangerous, both tripping over it and then on bad hops.
The grounds crew's taking a little while to get out here, if that is the case. You would think they would be watching. Look at Jazz.
Look at Jazz.
Yeah, out of way, Jazz.
That's the view that it gives you.
There's a lot of thought going on out there, Michael.
Now, Michael, that member of the grounds crew right there was standing on the top step screaming, "It's a camera, it's a camera." The cameraman's not down here right now to fix it, so obviously there's a meeting with the umpire to see exactly how they want to tackle this, but clearly sticking out of the dirt there. Maybe they're getting someone from the opposing side to come over here and try to fix that.
Well, Meredith, I mean, I'm not the greatest technician, but I would think yanking it out of the dirt would get the game going on right now.
You would think, but you don't know how far those wires go down. I don't know what's involved in this particular camera, Michael.
But Jazz is really into this, though. He's really...
It's like he's at the beach building a sandcastle, Michael.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. And he's doing it with care, too.
Well, the grounds crew, one of the grounds crew just came out and talked to Alan Porter. Maybe they're going to get some dirt to try to smooth it out.
Now they're allowing Garrett Cole to continue to warm up so he doesn't get stiff out there or cold. You know, I read a story that Rogers Hornsby went through the same thing way back when.
It was a rock, though. There was a big rock they couldn't get rid of. I mean, where does the cameraman go?
Well, here comes the grounds crew. So they're certainly not working with any urgency.
No. And you would think in the ground crew's room there's a TV.
Right.
And they had to see it.
Right. Well, maybe they're watching something else.
Well, Michael, maybe they didn't realize what it was at first, and I think you can file this one under you see something new every day, maybe not knowing exactly what to do with that thing. Jazz intently watching, though, really trying to figure out how to get that right.
Well, I think Jazz did most of the work, and they're going to get all the credit.
Well, Michael, one thing I do know, if you put that much dirt on top of a camera, it is no longer going to be a viable shot. Just ask Dan Barr.
Well, let's ask, you know, the guy in the director's chair right now, Michael Kuna. Can you get a shot from that right now? Because I think it's all dirt. There's no way that it would show you anything at this point.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, look at that. Thank you, Michael.
It did get a little foggy, though, it looked like.
Yeah, because everybody's touching it.
It's got pine tar on it now. Now it needs water, they're saying? Can't be good for the electrical wires, can it?
Usually water and electricity.
Cameras?
Yeah, it's not great. Still giving you a good shot.
Guys, I have a feeling there is one guy that is not at all amused by that, and it's the pitcher on the mound, Garrett Cole, who continues to throw right now. He typically does not like to be interrupted as he is working on the mound.
You know, you go back almost 20 years, and you know who this would have happened to?
Who?
Mike Messina.
And he would not have liked it.
Yeah, it would have happened to Mike. King of rain delays right before the game.
So Jazz, I think, gets the lion's share of the credit for fixing this.
But just noticing it.
Yeah.
You got to give him credit. Pay attention to detail.
So here is McKinstry, who had a triple into the gap in left center field in the third. That started that 3-run the third inning. Runner at first, nobody out in the fourth. 3-1 Tigers, first game of this 3-game set. And a strike.
Do the Yankees have a camera like that anywhere?
No. No.
I didn't think so.
No.
And I'm trying to think the purpose of it. Like, really, how many great shots are you going to get from it? Now, you may get a lot. I just don't know. But, like, to have that delay, I just don't get it. There's one in front of home plate. What are you going to see? A guy take a swing? I think I'd rather see it from a side view or front on.
Fly ball, left field on the run, Caballero, and he makes the play. It was a fair ball if you're scoring at home.
Yeah, this is a really good play by Caballero. He's running a long ways. He's going through sun, shade, sun, comes up along the line.
So here is 21-year-old Kevin McGonigal. April 15th, all that ball was being challenged by Cole. It was 1-0, so he's challenging this, and he got it right.
Call is overturned. New York still has one challenge remaining.
Anyway, on April 15th, tax day, McGonigal signed an 8-year, $150 million extension, the largest deal ever for a player with fewer than 100 days of service time. And that beat his buddy, Connor Griffin of the Pirates, who earlier had signed a $140 million deal.
And who was it? Tarek Skubal said, "Where are we going to dinner?"
Yep. And the thing that you have to be impressed with, Joe, he was not the first pick in the draft. He was the 37th overall pick in the first round. So every team had an opportunity to pick McGonigal.
Yeah, one of those compensation picks in between the first and second round. Out of the Philadelphia area.
Line drive, it is a base hit down the left field line. That'll go into the corner. It kicks out toward Caballero. Lee is rounding third. He's coming home, and the throw is wide, and it gets past Sanchez and allows McGonigal to go to third, and he'll stop right there. 4-1 Tigers.
Yeah, Rosario ended up tipping it away from being on line to the catcher. You see this another high fastball, that two-seamer he's trying to get into the left-handed hitter, and it leaks back across the plate, never starts in. And this kid can hit a high fastball and hit any fastball. And I think Caballero was shocked that he was going, because he got to it fairly quickly. And Lee ends up scoring, and it probably should be second and third with one out. But the Yankees defense kind of let him down a little bit right there.
Infield in, and Dingler pops it up. Jazz makes the play for out number 2. So the hit by McGonigal, the 8th against Cole.
Every at bat he has had tonight has been productive. He singled in the first, an RBI ground out in the third, and then that double, another RBI in the fourth.
Chop toward first. Goldschmidt will flip to Cole, and that'll do it. But another run for the Tigers, 2 hits and 1 left. It's time for the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay. We're looking at Valdez.
Well, he's had a very good curveball to the left-handers. His sinker has been outstanding. You're going to see this breaking ball that gets Jazz Chisholm. He gets the high sinker to get Sanchez. He's only given up 4 hits. Has had a lot of ground ball outs tonight. He's pitched really, really well. Continuing on with what he has done in the month of June.
0-1 count on Rosario, leadoff batter for the Yankees, leading off this inning as well. 1-1. Rosario's 0 for 2. You want to look ahead. The Tigers have 3 lefties in the bullpen and 5 right-handers.
And I think, you know, we've seen some different lineups with this cast of characters against left-handers. And I think because of the 3 left-handers, you see more right, left, right, left, right, left, opposed to putting a couple lefties together. I like it. Make it harder on A.J. Hinch when to pull the trigger here.
Fly ball right field side. Carpenter on the run, but runs out of room.
Do you have a favorite City Connect uniform that you've seen? So why black and blue? Is there significance to the color in Detroit?
I know Motor City, we know what that means,
yes,
but I don't know the color scheme why. Down goes Rosario. You know, I don't mind the Red Sox one. The yellow one.
Yellow? You like the yellow?
I don't think it has anything to do with the Red Sox, but I know it has something to do with the marathon, the font. Blue Jays one is not bad either.
I know these uniforms that Detroit are wearing in the summer. I'd only want to wear them during night games. No day games.
Yeah. Tracks heat. Popped up on the left side, coming on as green.
That was a little shaky there. He didn't look like he saw it right away. And it's still pretty light out. You would expect him to see it right away. Then it almost looked like it had a little bad hop in the air at the last minute there.
That would be unsettling. Bad hops in the air.
Yeah. You see him every once in a while, Michael.
Here's Goldschmidt. He's 2 for 2. Valdez has retired 6 Yankees in a row. (2-0).
He's got a really, really simple swing. Small stride. Hands are back. Very seldom do you ever see him overswing. He gets his foot down really early. It's just kind of a pick up the heel and land on the toe.
Three and one on Goldschmidt. Bellinger's on deck. And now the count is full. Swing and a miss. Another strong inning for Framber Valdez. Yankees go down in order. We are halfway through. 4-1 Detroit. Well, Yankee fans, fireworks night is back again this season. Kick off your 4th of July weekend at Yankee Stadium on Friday, July 3rd, and stay after the game for a post-game fireworks show, courtesy of Baby Ruth. Tickets are going fast, so get your tickets today at Yankees.com. Audi scoreboard, 4-1 Tigers. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. So he's got a Tootsie Pop in his mouth. No, that's a blow pop. Little UL Washington. Remember, he had the toothpick.
You brought up a Tootsie Roll. Or
yeah, I
no,
got it from the dugout. It's a Tootsie Pop.
Yeah.
Love a Tootsie Pop. Dangerous, though, to be playing with that in your mouth. One and two. Did he go? No.
Guess not. I thought it hit his foot the way it had bounced. And he swung, which would be a strikeout. Let's see. No, he got them both right.
You know why I'm not built for the Tootsie Pop?
Okay.
I don't have the patience, so I end up biting through.
Well, why'd you bring one up then?
Because I love it. Because then I bite through it, and then I have the Tootsie Roll.
You already ate it.
Yeah, it's gone. High fly ball, right field and deep. See ya! A long home run for Riley Green, his 9th of the year, and it's 5-1 the Tigers.
Yeah, his changeup has been really, really good this year, but this one up, elevated, and middle in. He wants to get it down and away. You see where Sanchez is, and Riley Green, who has a big, big uppercut, hits his 9th home run of the year. A long home run here in Detroit.
Torkelson takes a strike.
You're going to see this ball. It's about thigh high, middle in. He wants it away and down. You miss spots in the big leagues, and guys hit you. I tell you what, pitchers walk a fine line. I would have never wanted to be a pitcher.
What do you mean? Why?
You have to be too perfect. And then you make perfect pitches and still give up hits. Weak grounders, hit 45 feet. Ooh, that's a check.
And they're going to challenge. They thought it was a called strike, too, so Sanchez challenges.
AJ, they're going to challenge the pitch first. They're going to challenge the pitch.
So he's telling AJ Hinch what they're challenging. An incorrect challenge. So the call is confirmed.
Yeah, there's some confusion because I think he also wanted him to check it first. And I think you have to challenge the pitch first before you challenge the swing for the first base umpire.
Detroit is challenging that there was catcher's interference.
So what are they looking for now?
I don't know. I mean, I thought they already saw the pitch. And this all started with the camera in the infield.
Are they checking for catcher's interference?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the second one in 2 days.
So if it was catcher's interference, Joe, why would you allow the Yankees to waste their challenge?
Yeah, I think you should get your challenge back first.
Yeah, because even if it was a strike, the batter would still take first.
Correct. And it's a late swing. The movement on it caused him to swing late. Yeah, I don't think this should be challenged, losing a challenge on a pitch if you have that. See, it's late, and he's like, "Oh, this might be a strike." He ends up hitting his glove. Tell you what, that would be frustrating for me as a catcher. Really, really late swing. He's got no chance to hit it, even if he finishes the swing.
I'm not sure what's taking so long. The bat clearly hit the glove.
Yes. You would think that this scenario had been, you know, they went over it with umpires. What happens in that situation? Evidently, it hasn't been. And now there'll be a memo tomorrow, Michael, to all the umpires.
Well, Cole
And
certainly had a
managers.
lot of stops and starts. First the camera in dirt, and now this. So 5 runs on the board. This is only the second time in 15 career starts against the Tigers that Garrett's given up more than 2 runs. In 2017 was with the Pirates, he gave up 3. But he came in 14 previous starts against Detroit with a 1.84 ERA, and with the Yankees 1.40. And a 5-0 record in 7 starts.
This is taking way too long. I mean, this decision should be made. This is one of those common sense decisions. No, it's not a challenge on the Yankees' part. And it looks like they're talking to New York to figure out what to do here.
Here we go. Crew Chief Alan Porter.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. It is catcher's interference. Detroit will retain their challenge. Due to the catcher's interference, New York will retain their last ABS challenge.
I don't think it counted as a challenge.
Well, okay. And it is a catcher's interference.
Correct.
Well, that's good that common sense reigns then.
Yes.
Looks like the Yankees still have their 2 challenges. No, yeah, they had lost 1.
They had 0. They took 1 away.
Right, so they just put 1 back. Okay,
Yes.
and the Tigers have both of theirs. Foul back.
Yeah, they just announced over the PA that the challenge was null and void because of the catcher's interference.
That took a long time to get to an obvious point.
Well, that's a first, probably.
Yarborough and Blackburn up for the Yanks.
Look like Yarborough might be sitting down.
Deep into left center field. And a nice basket catch there by Bellinger as Torkelson heads back to first.
They've had good swings off of Garrett. It's like Aaron is coming out. Nice job by Cody Bellinger to run that. Boy, that's a spacious outfield. And to think they moved the fences in.
Yeah, it's a large yard. So the Yankees go to the pen. That's going to do it for Garrett Cole. And the Tigers in the lead. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at Genesis.com. By the New York Lottery. Play today and start imagining your win. And by Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. Some of the Yankees have played with Detroit as well.
All them boys like to hit a lot of homers, too.
Yep. Here's Paul Blackburn taking over for Garrett Cole. Runner at first base, one man out. And the Tigers up 5-1, bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, he's pitched really well for the Yankees the month of June. 9 2/3, only giving up 2 runs. Yesterday was really good.
Now, we gave the stat yesterday, Joe, that I think baseball's on pace to have over 100 catcher's interferences this year.
Yes.
And over the last 10 years, it's gotten worse every single year. Is it all about framing?
Yes, I believe they try to get as close as they can to get that low pitch.
Going to be another challenge on that ball call.
Call is overturned. Detroit has 2 challenges remaining.
So that was the Tigers challenging the strike call. So the call is overturned. They retain 2 challenges. Now, I know there's honor in sports, Joe. But I would think that any hitter at any time could nick the catcher's glove on purpose.
Oh, yeah. But you don't get paid for nicking the catcher's glove.
Mm-hmm.
You get paid for doing damage. And that's why guys don't try to do it.
All right, bases loaded, bottom of the 9th inning. You nick the catcher's glove.
That might be my best chance. I'm nicking it.
I mean, all you have to do is take an elongated swing.
That's
and boom,
all you got to
it.
do. Extend the arms before you take a swing.
Yep.
You're going to look really funny if you miss the glove.
Yes. 3-2 on Outman.
I don't know anybody who was any better at than Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah, he was great at it. Swing and a miss. Outman down on strikes. Check out the Yankees bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. That'll use 5 pitchers yesterday. You'd think Tim Hill's out. And Duvall threw 29 pitches yesterday. They probably want to stay away from him. And the Yankees also called up Yeri De Los Santos, sending down yesterday's starter Elmer Rodriguez. And there's a strike to Lee. So an extra arm of the bullpen for the Yanks.
That's the hard part sometimes about being a manager, sending a player down because you need a spot. And they needed a spot for a starter yesterday.
Into right field. Dominguez makes the play. And that'll do it. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left. Thank you, Roberto. We go around the majors. Rafael Devers, that was awkward. Waved off a pinch runner in the 9th inning. Pete Crow Armstrong has been red hot in the last 19 games. Last 26 for the rookie J.J. Weatherholt. He's done a good job for the Cardinals as well. 6th inning, Yankees down by 4, 5-1. Bellinger leads off. Swings at the first pitch and lofts it deep to center field. Outman back. He's got room out there, and he'll put it away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Joe, what do you do if you're a manager and he's waving off the pinch runner? It was the umpire that made it happen.
Well, I think that there has to be a discussion and there has to be some repercussions, because if not, I think you lose the clubhouse in a sense that we can do whatever we want and you're not going to do anything to us.
Right.
And that can't happen. Yeah. And I understand sometimes you don't want to come out of a game, but they're trying to win the game, and they were putting in a runner that had a lot better speed than Rafael Devers, and it's just a really bad look for Devers and the Giants.
And really the only one that was able to enforce it was the umpire, because the pinch runner was announced. So Devers had to leave.
He had to leave. And the manager did a really good job of trying to cover up the situation during his press conference. But you can't really cover it up. That's the problem.
No, it's for the whole world to see.
Yeah. He's trying to kill the story, and what happens behind closed doors might be completely different what happened with the media.
And it's a rookie manager, too.
Yeah. It's a tough situation. I would think the GM would get involved, Buster Posey.
And it's a tough situation. He's your highest paid player. You made a high profile trade with the Red Sox to get him last year. You trumpeted about this is the guy, we're going to build around him. It hasn't been good.
And you gave up a really good left-handed starter, Harrison, who the Boston turned around and gave up to Milwaukee, and he's pitched great.
Fouled away down the right field line.
And I think Devers could kill the story by saying, look, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have did that to my manager. My emotions got the best of me. I don't want to come out of games, but I was wrong. To me, the story dies then.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't that helpful in Boston, though.
No.
When he didn't want to play first base. 3-2. Strike three, and Volpe's challenging that. It's either a walk
Challenging strike call.
or strike three. Let's see.
Call is confirmed. New York has 0 challenges remaining.
And that entire ball was in the strike zone. So
Yeah.
the Yankees playfully have a fine in their kangaroo court. If you challenge something that is clearly a strike like that, you get fined $500. So the Yankees are out of challenges. I wonder how many challenges are lost just because of emotion.
A lot.
Right.
I think most of them.
Terry Francona, who was just at the stadium with the Reds, 25 years a manager, he has to remind his players you can't challenge with emotion of the moment. You got to challenge what you're seeing.
And that's really hard to do, because we talk about we want players to play with emotions and care and love their craft and fight for their craft. And then you're saying, but you can't be emotional in your decision to challenge a pitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard to do, especially when you're struggling.
That's why if I could change any of the replay rules, the other challenges all have to be challenged by players. Can't look at a video screen, can't come from the dugout.
But I think that's a little bit more difficult, because you can't see everything in some of the challenges as a player.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones.
Swing and a miss. Boy, he has really struggled against Valdez, who has retired 10 in a row. Gotham, you get live games and exclusive Yankees content. Download the Gotham Sports app to stream highlights, features, podcasts, original series, and so much more. And if you get Yes on TV, then you get the Gotham Sports app for free. So download and sign in today. Ty Cobb did not slide in head first. Wasn't really well liked either.
Feet first and a little high.
Yep, and sharpened spikes. Tigers lead 5-1 on the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. 5-9-0 for Detroit. 1-4-2 for the Yankees. And Garrett Cole probably is most difficult start since coming back off the IL.
It was interesting. He gave up a leadoff single in the first, got out of that inning. Leadoff double in the second, 3 strikeouts. The leadoff triple in the third, got the next 2 out, and then that's when it kind of went awry for him. Single, walk, single, single, and then he had a K. And they had 3 runs on the board.
Ground ball, second base. They get McKinstry. 1 down. So McGonigal bursting upon the scene nicely as a rookie, but he never played at AAA. He only played 46 games at AA, and it looks like he's conquered every level, including this one.
You know, it was interesting. He had a really good April. He struggled in May, so you start to say, are they figuring him out? Well, June, he has been outstanding again.
That one is driven into right field. Right there is Dominguez to put it away, 2 down.
And when I say struggle, he hit like 240 with a 360 on base. I mean,
not awful.
No, that's not bad, but that's a struggle for him.
And what a way to burst on the scene. He had 4 hits on opening day. Here's Dylan Dingler. He's 0 for 3. Came into the game hitting .386 in the month of June.
Another big day yesterday. Hit a home run in the 8th to make it 3-2. They were down. RBI single, 2-out RBI single in the 9th to make it 3-3, and the Tigers ended up winning 5-4 in extra innings. He has been clutch for them. 55 RBIs. He had 57 in all of last year. In 126 games, he's been extremely productive.
Grounded foul.
What's that worth on the open market, Michael? Like, let's just say he drives in 100 runs. Let's just say 90. Let's say his second half doesn't go as well as the first half. A Gold Glove catcher that drives in 90 runs.
Over 20? I mean, what does Realmuto get, right?
Yeah.
Tipped into the glove of Sanchez. So Blackburn works a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 7th. It's time for what we like to call, how about that?
How about that?
On Kevin McGonigal, his dad modified a Judge pitching machine so he could learn to hit split fingers and other advanced pitches as a kid. Before his first home game, he drove loops around Detroit because he did not know where Comerica Park's player lot was. And young Tiger fans started wearing homemade McGonigoggles to games, and he has embraced the trend.
They also said at a young age, he started really focusing on, with his dad, spin out of the pitcher's hand, looking for anything to clue him on what pitch it is. His pitch recognition is outstanding. And started at a young age. I wouldn't even know how to modify a jugs machine.
I wouldn't either.
Well, guys, here's the funniest thing. Jason Beck for MLB.com did a great article for Father's Day, and he said he was hitting those splitters at the age of 10, and at that point in time, he didn't even know what a splitter was.
Amazing.
Probably got pretty frustrated at times, but it really, really paid off. There'll be a lot of kids that start to do that now.
Drew Anderson has taken over for Framber Valdez, who gave them 6 strong, retiring the last 10 Yankees he faced. Anderson out of the bullpen could give A.J. Hinch multiple innings.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. He spot started for them. He's got fastball up to 97, a changeup, a curveball, and a slider. He's kind of been the jack of all trades kind of guy, Michael. And he's got that kick change. Just look at those goggles, Michael. Those look like Harry Carey's glasses.
I don't get it. I mean, McGonigal doesn't wear glasses, so what's the deal with McGonigal goggles?
I think they're going to send a pair up to the booth so you can use them tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm good. 2-2 on Dominguez, who was 0 for 2 against Valdez. Anderson spent the last 4 seasons overseas. He was in Japan for 22 and 23. Then he spent the last 2 years in Korea. And last season in the KBO, 30 starts, 2.25 ERA. So the Tigers signed him to a 1-year, $7 million deal in December.
I think it's worked out well for both sides. As I said, he's spot started.
That one just missed outside. That one is hit into right center. Outman is there. Kind of off the end of the bat by Dominguez. 1 down.
That swing guy is so important to a staff. The Yankees kind of have two in Blackburn and Yarbrough. Probably Blackburn a little bit more than Yarbrough. But to have that guy that if something comes up, the pitcher's got a sore neck, slept wrong, can't make the start, got sick. Let me just throw in this guy and he'll give me some innings. See Yarbrough up there, probably up for the lefties.
0-2 on Caballero. He walked, stole a base, and scored. The Yankees only run in the second, scored on Sanchez's double left, and then grounded to short in the 4th.
You get Carpenter leading off, who's left-handed, and then you have Green. So, and then Keith is up 4th, who's also left-handed.
Swing and a miss. Caballero down on strikes. Now it's time to play Name That Yankee. Brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. 22 and 27, 4.19 ERA, 407 games. Made his major league debut here. Lefty pitcher out of the system. Started with the Yankees, finished with the Pirates.
You know Michael?
I'm not feeling it. Do you?
No.
You managed him.
I know. I told you I'm not good at this game. I need. Oh.
Okay, I got it.
I figured it out.
And that hits Sanchez. And he is in a lot of pain.
Hit the bottom of his wrist. Oh, boy.
Tim Lentic, the athletic trainer, tending to Ali Sanchez.
See him trying to make a fist there. Michael, this doesn't look too good to me.
They have Wells on the bench, and then we mentioned J.C. Escara is on the taxi squad because Sanchez is due to leave the Yankees at any point because his wife is about to have a baby.
Yeah, his backhand got hit. That's because he started to swing and checked his swing. And the ball ran in, and it looks like Wells is going to come in.
Yeah, he's in a lot of pain.
See him probably start his swing here, and that's how he gets hit. Oh, and he stops, and it gets hit. Wow. And that hit flush. That it was not a glancing blow. And I know that's a pretty big bone there, but God, you hope nothing's wrong.
So Austin Wells will pinch run and then obviously take over behind the plate. And Sanchez has been hitting much better than anticipated, doing a nice job, but now he gets hit by a pitch and leaves the game. Here's Rosario. And a strike. Rosario 0 for 3. This guy's that one to right field. Going back, Carpenter. He's going to turn, look, and that ball's gone. Just cleared the wall. An opposite field home run for Rosario. A 2-run shot, and it's 5-3 Tigers.
You don't see that happen a lot in this ballpark where guys go opposite so easily, and that's his 4th home run off a right-hander, 7 total. The Yankees right back in this game. All of a sudden it's 5-3, and they're base hitting the blast away from tying this game up.
That's 6 home runs all of last year. He's already surpassed that. There's Ben Rice 0 for 3 against Valdez. Foul back to the screen.
Looked like a kick change maybe, or sinker. It's hard to tell. Whatever it was up. And it was middle in, and he pushed it the other way, and he pushed it a long ways.
High fly ball, deep left field. Green back. He's on the track, and he puts it away. A lot of room out there for the final out. But the Yankees get 2 runs, 2 big runs. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Thank you, guys. So Jack Curry with some optimism there. It's 5-3, 5-9-0 for the Tigers, 3-5-2 for the Yanks. Cole went 4 1/3. Rosario just with that 2-run home run gives the Yankees some life there in the top of the 7th. Valdez very good over 6, and the 21-year-old Kevin McGonigal's having a big day. New pitcher for the Yankees, the lefty Ryan Yarbrough, allowed 4 runs Saturday against the Reds. Wells takes over behind the plate after pinch running for Sanchez.
Michael, do you wonder why, like, the catcher doesn't have a molded earpiece like you do as a broadcaster?
Yeah, you do wonder. Matt Bierling pinch hitting for Carpenter. Fly ball right field. Dominguez will make the play. I'll bring up Riley Green. Last time up, he had a home run. We'll take a look at the exit velocity on the homer, presented by Spectrum. 107.5, and it won a good distance, 422 feet. That was his 9th home run of the year. He scored 2 runs in this game. Lefty, and there's a ball.
Leads all of baseball in batted balls in play, hitting .399. He does hit the ball harder than most, more than the average guy, but not extremely so. He's probably had a little bit of luck involved, and I would think there, being a fly ball hitter, he's had some balls fall in front of outfielders because he has a severe uppercut. He's like Grandy was, that uppercut, and he's got power, and he hit home runs to all fields, but the biggest uppercut in baseball.
There's a strike on 3-0. And the count full at 3-2. So from 3-0 to full. Green is the cleanup batter for the Tigers. Yarbrough, the 3rd Yankee pitcher. Cole started. Inning in 2/3 for Blackburn, and now Ryan Yarbrough. Way outside. And Green works a walk. Didn't take his bat off his shoulder.
We got behind him 3-0, taking 3-1, 3-0, 3-1. He didn't like what he saw, and that wasn't close.
And here's Spencer Torkelson, 26 years old. Former first pick in the draft, first overall pick in 2020 out of Arizona State. Tigers kind of shocked everybody. In 2024, he was struggling so much they sent him back to the minors for 2 months. Had a nice bounce back season last year.
The young man from Minnesota that plays third base he got sent down this year, and he's come back with a vengeance. Sometimes you just need to get out of the big leagues to slow things down, to get yourself back on track, where every at bat doesn't seem like the end of the world.
You're talking about Royce Lewis.
Yeah, and every at bat doesn't seem like, am I going to be benched or sent down tomorrow? Let me go do my work.
Well, the Yankees were hoping they would have that reset capability with Wells by having him down there. In his first start against the Reds, he struggled in 2 at-bats. We'll see how he does tonight.
Well, he faced a pitcher that had, what, a 2 ERA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of like Spencer Jones's first at-bats were off of Mizorowski.
Welcome to the big leagues. Runner on first, 1 out, 2-2 count on Torkelson. And the count 3-2. Last thing you want to do is give back the runs you just scored in the top of the 7th. Summers is up. High fly ball. Bellinger will make the play, and Green heads back to first. And here's Colt Keith, 1 for 3, RBI single in that 3-run third. Yankees trying to get Garrett Cole off the hook. Right now he's the pitcher of record on the losing side after pitching 4 1/3. There's a strike, clipped the outside corner, challenged by Keith.
Challenging the strike line.
And he gets it right.
Call is overturned. Detroit remains 2 challenges remaining.
And that was 2.5 inches outside.
You know what, that seems like a lot, but Michael, you know, you do your, just look at a ruler. It's really not that much. And with the side winding, starting behind the hitter, coming all the way across plate, that's a lot of movement to have to read.
Popped up in the infield, and Volpe makes the play. We played 7 here in Detroit. Tigers lead this one 5-3. Well, tomorrow, and yes, the Yankees and the Tigers play game 2 here at Comerica Park. Extended coverage starts at 4:30 with 2 full hours of pregame, leading up the first pitch shortly after 6:30 on Yes and the Gotham Sports App. Hyundai scoreboard 5-3. Tigers lead. Matt Bierling takes over in right field after pinch hitting for Carpenter. Tomorrow's game, it'll be Carlos Rodon against Casey Mize. And then on Wednesday, Tarek Skubal against Ryan Weathers. Goldschmidt 2 for 3 against Valdez. And he's down on strikes to start the 8th. And that'll bring up Bellinger. We'll take a look at a catch that he had in the 5th inning on the Allstate Good Hands replay.
Well, a really spacious outfield. He had to run a long ways off of Colt Keith. A lot of ballparks, this is probably against the wall, and it's probably a double. But again, a really, really big outfield, and it's good to have Belly out there.
Now that's going to do it for Anderson, so they'll call on a left-hander with Bellinger coming up. A.J. Hinch makes the move. He's trying to protect a 2-run lead. His Tigers are up 5-3. Well, this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Joe Lewis's fist right there in downtown Detroit. First pitch is grounded to first. Torkelson. 2 away.
Well, that ball really stayed down on the dirt. Easy for Torkelson to backhand it and flip it to Summers. Summers is one of those left-handers, Michael, that can't be an easy at bat for a lefty as he throws it from behind you, sidearm, a ton of extension, top 2% when it comes to extension, where he releases the ball.
He's 6'3", 250 pounds. Been with the Tigers since May 28th, and he's thrown now 6 2/3 scoreless innings across 9 games.
Gets up to 97 miles an hour.
Grounded deep to third. McGonigal, the long throw in the dirt. Picked by Torkelson, but Volpe beats it out. It'll be an infield single.
Tigers are deciding if they want to review this. This is the one thing. McGonigal, he's a very good fielder, and his outs above average is pretty normal, but his arm is not great. Ooh. I think he may have got him.
Well, they're going to challenge. They think.
Challenging the safe call at first base.
And
they think they got him.
Yeah, he ran hard right out of the box.
I don't know.
It's
that
close.
angle, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think he's safe.
Yeah, I think he's going to stay. I think if he called him out, he would have stayed out. I don't think they're going to overturn this. Not an easy pick for Torkelson because it's like right in that middle area.
I think his arch comes down in the bag before the ball gets into the glove.
I'm going to agree with you, Michael.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is safe. Detroit will lose their challenge.
First base umpire Alex McKay got it right.
Hot hitting continues. 2 hits for Volpe again tonight.
So here's Jazz Chisholm, who's probably thrilled that Valdez no longer in there. Had some really awkward swings against the Tigers lefty.
Yeah, he didn't make contact with Jazz, so I don't think that's going to count as Jazz's one time to step out. Does have 3 homers off of left-handers. It's possible, Michael, if he leaves a fastball middle in.
One and 0. Fights it off and fouls it off. Jack Curry in the cut-in said that the Tigers have blown more late leads than any team in baseball.
Yeah. Well, Will Vest has not had a great year this year. He was their setup guy last year. So they've had some problems in their bullpen. He's pitched better as of late. And they're going to need that bullpen to pitch really well in this next 6 weeks as they're trying to get back in this race. They're in playoff mode right now.
Right back to Summers off of his arm. Fielded by McKinstry. It's going to be a base hit. I think that knuckled on Summers because he just misfired on it.
Well, I also think he got jammed, and I think he thought it was hit harder than it actually was. So he went to squeeze, and it's right at his face. I mean,
You're trying to get your face out of the way. Your head is moving. You're going to look at this. This is right at his face. Get that face out of the way, and then you lose sight of the ball as your head turns to the left. You're not following it in the glove. Really, and it's knuckling. See how it's knuckling, Michael?
Yep.
That's really tough.
Well, he faces the requisite 3 batters, and A.J. Hinch goes to the bullpen with Jason Dominguez due up. Yankees are down by 2. They have the tying runs on base. Well, fans, stay tuned for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame as Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and Dylan Betances are in the studio with highlights and analysis. Meredith Barakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse. We'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. All coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Will Vest comes on.
Yeah, you see the high ERA, but he has been better as of late. Was on the IL for a little bit. And interesting, they turned Jason Dominguez around. I know he's having a better year right-handed than left-handed this year. But usually you look at a bulk of numbers. One thing is Vest is used to being the setup man, where Summers is not.
Quickly up in the count 0-2.
I mean, that's where you know the world is upside down, when you see what he's doing against left. And now he's playing right field. I mean, he must feel like, I'm a better hitter against lefties in right field.
Swing and a miss. 97 upstairs, 3 pitches, and down goes Dominguez. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Take a look at the Mercedes-Benz road ahead. 2 more games here in Detroit. Wednesday's on Prime. Then 4 at Fenway against the Red Sox. Then back home, 3 more against the Tigers. Thursday's an off day. 3 against the Twins. Outman will lead off.
Yankees are in that central rotation for the most part. Cincinnati Reds, National League Central.
And they do very well against the American League Central.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yarborough, his 2nd inning of work. 2-0 on Outman. Bottom 3rd of the order for the Tigers. Yankees trying to keep it right here. Make a run at it in the 9th. You want to look ahead, it'll be 8, 9, and 1 in their order. Caballero, Wells, and Rosario. They've got McMahon on the bench. They've got Jones on the bench from the left side and Schumann from the right side.
I would think if at any point you needed a home run, you might hit Spencer Jones. And it might be for, you know, interesting decision for Ahmed Rosario.
Right. And there's a walk to Outman to start off the 8th.
But you got to keep it right here, and that's not what you want, the leadoff walk. Outman can run. He doesn't have a lot of stolen bases because he hasn't been on base a lot.
Yep, 5 stolen bases. Here's Lee. And a push bunt. Let's see if he's going to beat him to the bag. He does. Goldschmidt went for the ball. So did Yarborough. Nobody at first, so Yarborough tried to beat Lee to the bag. He could not.
You know, because Jazz is playing up the middle so much, he can't get there. He probably assumed that Goldie wasn't going to go after, but Goldie has to go after it, because if it gets by him, Yarborough, he's going to be safe. Just a perfect
New York
bunt.
is challenging the safe call at first base.
Yankees think that the tag was made before he touched the bag. I don't know. Hard to tell from that.
A really good side. You see how he turns his body away from the tag. If he dives straight into the bag, he's definitely out. But because he turns his body, it's a presence of mind to know that there's a tag trying to be made. I think he's safe, Michael.
So do I. And really, it's a no-brainer challenge for the Yankees, because after the 8th inning, you could ask them to challenge anything if you're out of challenges. Everybody's watching it on the big board out in left field.
And that big board that's up there, you can't tell when the tag is actually applied to his leg. Get a better look here.
You know what makes it difficult, Joe? Black glove, black uniform.
Yes.
Not quite sure when it touches.
The right day to wear the black uni, right?
After review, the call on the field's overturned. The runner is out. New York will retain their challenge.
That is surprising.
Yeah, they must have had a view that we didn't have, Michael. Outstanding play by Yarborough.
Yankees really do have one of the best in that challenge. Brett Weber is really special.
He's been there a long time.
He started with you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
We used to work out together when he was in the minor leagues and I was with the Yankees.
I would assume that they'll probably give him a sack bunt on that, although he pushed the bunt like he was bunting for a hit.
Oh, that's a sacrifice.
Yeah, they did give him a sack. Yeah. One unassisted. So here's McKinstry with a runner at second. And a strike.
McKinstry this year is 0 for 16 off of left-handers. And I think he's hitting because they're somewhat out of infielders. They had Zach Short here, but he is not here anymore. They do have Trey Cruz, a switch hitter who actually played the infield most of his career, but is being played outfield since he got called up.
Made his major league debut on Friday, and the third generation Cruz to make the big leagues.
Jose Cruz Jr., and Trey Cruz. Pretty cool.
And they were all here for his debut, and he struck out 3 times.
You had to put a damper on the story, huh?
Well, but his father made him feel good. He said, don't feel badly. He said, I was 0 for 7, so try to beat that. And so the next game he played, he was 0 for 2. So right now he's 0 for 5.
He's probably glad you're not his father.
3-2. Up the middle and grabbed there by Volpe. Spins, fires, got him. Volpe just saved a run with that play and got the out. Moving to third is Outman.
Well, he has played better defense, I believe, since he's been here. He's +2 outs above average. Just an outstanding play. He goes to his left better than I believe he goes to his right. Spins really quickly and is able to make a really accurate throw. Stays on his feet, gets something behind it, and gets Zach McKinstry, who's now 0 for 17 off the left hand. That's an outstanding play.
Not only does he get the runner at first, by keeping it in the infield, he keeps the runner at third. So here's McGonigal. Takes a strike. McGonigal is 2 for 4, 2 hits, and an RBI groundout. Tigers looking for a big insurance run as they head to the 9th. Right now you're in bloop and blast territory. 3 runs, a lot more breathing room.
Yeah, and this is a tough out, and he does a really good job of getting his foot down early and getting to the hitting position so he can decide if he wants to swing.
1-2.
Well, there he was late. So much for that there.
Holds up on the pitch outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Popped up. Goldschmidt will put it away, so Yarbrough works out of trouble. We go to the 9th. Now it's time to name that Yankee. We'll look at the clues again. Joe?
Phil Koch. A pretty good career. 407 games.
He was on the championship team in 09. Tough lefty.
Yeah, was a starter most of his career in the minor leagues. They turned him into a reliever, and he had a pretty good year. You see the good breaking ball? See this in the World Series against Ryan Howard. Bobby Abreu with the Angels in the playoffs. A.J. Burnett loved it. That must have been his start.
Made 6 appearances in that postseason. Traded to the Tigers on the Granderson deal. 3.90 ERA in 87 appearances. 2 saves with the Yankees. All right, Yankees try to rally here in the 9th inning. Caballero will lead it off. And Vest deals a strike. Torkelson wide of the bag at first. He's in on the grass. 0-2.
They've played a lot of close games lately, especially against the White Sox. And you see the 5 losses after leading after 8. 3rd most in baseball. No Jansen tonight. He threw Friday and Saturday. Maybe they don't like throwing him 3 out of 4, and he needed another day.
Tapped over the mound. Lee fields and gets Caballero for the first out.
Lee did a really good job of attacking that ball, not staying back, knowing that Caballero can run, and that's a big part of playing the infield, understanding the runner and how much time you have to decide what you do on the baseball.
Here's Wells. He pinch ran for Sanchez after Sanchez got hit by a pitch in the 7th. Checks his swing. 1-0. Up the middle, played perfectly by McKinstry. And the Yankees are down to their final out. They had him played right up the middle. 2 down.
Michael, it almost looked like that he couldn't cross his feet over the imaginary line that separates the sides and just reach, because I'm not allowed to go to the other side, but that's only before the pitch.
Well, he has the 2 lefties to go to. He's going to stay with Rosario, who had a 2-run home run against a righty. Rosario wants to get on. Rice is on deck, and Vest deals a strike.
Interesting enough, Rosario's actually been better against right-handers this year, hitting .277 compared to .231 against left-handers.
Check the swing, 1-1. Many of the crowd on their feet here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. And now the Yankees are down to their final strike. Will Vest deals. Strike 3. Ball game over, and the Yankees lose 5-3. They lose their 3rd in a row. Rosario did not like that call. The Yankees are out of challenges, so nothing to go to. He has to accept it. The Yankees don't get enough runs, and Framber Valdez shut him down for 6 innings.
And you see Dylan Dingler pulling it back, and I don't think he thought it was strike 3. I think he was throwing it back to the pitcher as you watch him like go to throw, and you're like, whoop, nope, strike 3. Good job. Wolfie back there behind home plate, and I think the Detroit got a little gift there for that strike 3.
And that's why you have to be careful when you challenge. Volpe lost a challenge with a ball that was in the strike zone. Otherwise, you could challenge that.
And you might still be playing, yep.
Yep. I will come back, awards, and then a big post game after that. Tigers beat the Yankees 5-3. Game-changing drive of the game brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3.
Well, that came in the 5th inning off of Garrett Cole, a changeup. He left middle into Riley Green. He hits this long home run that puts him up 5-1 in the 5th, and that was plenty of runs for the Detroit Tigers.
Chevy player of the game, Joe.
Framber Valdez was outstanding tonight. Had a little bit of trouble the first couple innings, but ended up with 8 strikeouts in 6 innings, only gave up 4 hits, 1 run. He's pitched really well in the month of June. You see the high sinker there, the outstanding breaking ball that he had all night long. Retired the last 10 Yankees.
5-9-0, beating 3-7-2. Took 2 hours and 44 minutes. Valdez 4th win. Garrett Cole 2nd loss. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and Dylan Patanza. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Michael Cooney, Mike Webb, and the executive producer is Jared Ames Boschnack. Join us again tomorrow for Game 2 against the Tigers right here at Comerica Park. Coverage begins at 4:30 p.m. on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 6:30. Once again, the final score, the Detroit Tigers 5 and the New York Yankees 3. For Joe Girardi and Meredith Morakovitz, I'm Michael K. saying see ya from Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and Dylan Patanza standing by in our Yes Network studios with the post-game show. Guys?